We have a NBA Game 7 win, Thunder versus Pacers. We're going to be talking about that. It happened yesterday. Crazy game. Then we have the Kevin Durant trade that also happened yesterday, which I'm very excited for the Rockets. But let's get into the Thunder Pacers game first. I'm just going to say I'm very sad that Halliburton couldn't play and he got injured. Confirmed torn Achilles by Shams Charania. He's going to be out for the rest of the season next year, most likely. And it's just gonna be very sad because Halliburton had an all-time playoff run. Like this playoff run, we're going to be talking about it for decades in the future. 4 game winners. And leading this Pacers team who, I thought they were going to lose in the first round to the Bucks, to all the way to the finals. And game 7, he was hot. 9 points in 7 minutes. Made 3 threes. It looked like he was going to have a great game. Then at the end, gets injured, torn his Achilles. Man. But it's going to be a what if. However, let's celebrate the Thunder winning their first championship and not really talk about the bad stuff. So let's just talk about the Thunder now for the rest of the segment. Where we talk about a little bit of the Pacers too. But Thunder win their first championship because the Seattle championship doesn't really count because they're most likely going to give back the history to Seattle once if they get a new team. So this is their first championship in franchise history. I'm very excited because this team is not built for just today. They're built for the future. It's going to be a very, very big team for the next at least 5 years. As, look at his team. Only, 26 Shea. He still has a lot of years. J-Dub, Chet, very young. And I just want to say, this Game 7, they all went, most of their players did really good. Shea didn't score efficiently, but still had 27, dropped 12 assists. He's facilitating. And Chet had a really good game, 19 points in. He had 5 blocks, which is the most in Game 7 history. It's kind of crazy, actually. And then, also, Alex Caruso made some clutch threes in the beginning. Cason Wallace hitting some threes. J-Dub was solid. 20 points, I believe. And this as a whole, their team did really good. And the Pacers just couldn't really score after Halliburton here. Injured. Siakam didn't play that well. Same with Miles Turner. Benedict Mathurin and TJ McConnell came to play though. McConnell, 16 points. He had his own 12-point run, scoring every point in the third quarter after almost every point. And he went crazy. Tried to keep them in the game, but it was the Thunder just went on crazy runs. Benedict in the fourth quarter went crazy. He scored with 24 at the end, but he tried to get them back in the clutch, but it was over. It was a bit too late. Neesmith didn't do that well either. Toppin, their role players didn't really step up, and because Hallie was injured, their role players had harder time to get touches, get open shots. So that's why Hallie didn't really do that well. The Pacers didn't do that well, but I think this was their best chance. They don't have Hallie next year. By the way, the East looks really great. Really going to be a lot of surprises in the East. Because the East has wide open as ever. But going back to this game, Pacers, they're not really, built for the future as much as the Thunder because Halliburton, once he comes back, is going to be next season. You don't know what would happen. But this Pacers run was legendary. We should celebrate this as well. Alongside with the Thunder run. Not many people talking about their Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and the Pacers are pretty hard teams. And they beat them all. So I feel like this was pretty good, and I think that the Thunder are built for the future with all their picks. Maybe even get more players. They have so many picks. So let's talk about the Kevin Durant trade now. KD going to the Rockets is pretty insane. I feel like it's a really great pick, as KD fits in very well with the Rockets. Rockets, like, they have a great defense already. They need offense. And offense is Kevin Durant. He is one of the best offensive players of all time. He really doesn't need to rely on athleticism on his offense as well, which is great. And they just replaced Jalen Green as their offensive weapon to Kevin Durant. Huge upgrade. Not even going to be that bad on defense as well, because Green wasn't really known as a defender, and they still had like one of the best defensive with Green. KD is a solid defender. He was actually one of the better defenders on the Suns, so he's not going to hurt their defense. And the starting lineup of Van Vliet, the shooting guard being Amen, KD, Jabari Smith, and Alperen Şengün is really deadly. They have so much depth as well. Steven Adams, Tari Eason, Cam Whitmore, Reed Shepard is gonna get minutes probably. Not Tari, just a lot of other players too. And they didn't trade any of their younger players as well to get them. They just traded Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, first round pick from this year, number 10 overall, and 5 seconds. I'm surprised it only took one first round pick. I would be guessing that the Suns would try to get more of their picks back from the Rockets, but the Rockets still has 2 picks from the Suns, I believe. They traded the Suns picks back to them though, which is okay, but definitely the Suns lost this trade, but it's not as bad as I think. The 10th overall pick in this draft could be a pretty good player, but the Suns they do not have any depth at power forward, center, small forward. A ton of guards. Beal is going to be gone, though. I don't think they got, like, good value back, but Jalen Green is still young. He could maybe go up to become a all-star player at least, fit alongside Devin Booker. Bradley Beal is going to be gone most likely, so that's good. Dylan Brooks, Ryan Dunn, Nick Richards. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think there's going to be a play-in team even. I think Devin Booker might even request a trade. But, yeah, I'm just going to say the Rockets are going to be a top 5 team next year. And they have a chance to be a champion, actually. And if KD wins the championship with the Rockets, I think his legacy will be improved tremendously. But that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. We're out.